Hey everyone, I am going to be taking you along with me as I use my planner throughout this particular week. I am going to link below a video where I go in depth about how I use the Hobonichi weeks for planning. I don't want to keep rehashing that in these types of videos because I don't want to bore you to tears, but I will leave that in the description box in case you're looking for those particular details. Also, sorry for any blurriness you may see and varied lighting situations. I basically filmed anytime I used my planner in real time, so I wasn't really able to control the lighting in some instances, and I'm trying to still find the best way to prop my camera up in these different environments. And so in some of these, you may see a little bit of blurriness as I hit the camera and I'm just trying to figure everything out. I also thought it would be fun to incorporate some snippets of me actually doing some of the things that I have written in my planner, like on my task list and to-do list. I think it will help break up the monotony of me actually working in my planner, all of that footage that I have coming up. I didn't do so great with those vloggy bits in this particular week, but it was my first time and I'm hoping, I'll do better. I'll try harder next time. If you all would like, you can leave questions in the comments and I will answer those in the subsequent stationery vlog videos. I think that would be interesting. And if you leave a question, just label it Q&A and I'll know to answer it in the next video instead of replying to your comment. And feel free to ask any personal questions you may have. It doesn't have to be stationery related. I tend to be a very private person, but there may be some things that I feel comfortable sharing. So I'll just provide as much detail as I feel safe to do on the internet. But yeah, definitely ask away. It'll be nice to have some things to talk about over these paper story videos. One of the reasons that I didn't start planning in the week section until Tuesday is because the previous day, which was Monday, I spent all day decluttering my kids' room. So I'm going to go ahead and strike that off my master declutter list. I was actually very productive with decluttering this week. So that brings this car planning session to a close. So I've got my grocery list here. It's super messy. A meal plan down here. I'm not even going to focus on that. Have my Portland leather bag. Just a quick update. This is the toaster bag in cognac. And I've been using it. I don't know how long it's been. It's been since August or something last year. So 6 months or so. And it's really scratched up. Kind of hate it. Would love to upgrade to a different bag at some point, but I'm gonna save some money and try to do that at some point. All right, let's go get some groceries. Went over a little bit. 200 is our limit, but I like to keep it at 150, but this will do. Now that I'm back from all of my errands I had to do for this day, it's still Tuesday. I'm having a proper sit down to work in my planner now that I have all of my tools available to me. So I'm just finishing up the previous week. Anytime I have space left at the end of the week, I just finish it out and fill it up with any stickers or ephemera that I have, just to close off that week and finish it up. And then I'll start working on the current week. This is my favorite way to do headers at the moment. I just took a Sailor Shikiori marker, laid down a color ribbon, and then hand lettered the title on top with a gel pen. I'm not very particular about my gel pens except this one, which is the Uniball One, and this is what I like to do the majority of my writing in. But headers and things, I'm just trying to use up other gel pens that I have. But I love the tip of the Sailor Shikiori markers because it gives me a really nice thickness for these little banners. These or the Tombos work the best for me. I don't have very many Tombos though. I obviously have a lot of the Sailor Shikioris, so I'm trying to make sure I prioritize those and use those up before they go bad. Since today was my grocery shopping day, I filled in my grocery tracker that I have in the back notes pages. I'm trying really hard to keep track of our expenses, especially around groceries. So I'm backfilling a couple of entries here, but I'm doing really well. I find that tracking this it doesn't feel like a burden. So obviously it's working out. And I'm also tracking fuel as well. And I think I have clips of that later on in this video. But I think I'm actually going to try to make another section for price comparisons. Later on this week, we went to Costco and, really blew our budget there. But all the things we ended up getting were actually cheaper than the cheapest stores we shop at. But we're buying in bulk, so we're paying a bigger upfront cost. But I just like to break down the cost of everything, like price per ounce or price per unit, and just make sure I'm getting the best deal. So this little guy is the Traveler's Company Passport dated monthly insert. And as you can see, I've covered it with my favorite random curtain fabric. And I keep this in my purse, the Portland Leather Goods toaster bag. And it's like my portable schedule. The Hobonichi Weeks is obviously really small, but my bag is also very small. And this passport insert basically just lives in there. And it needed updating pretty badly. So I'm trying to sync both of them up here. And I don't have to do this often. It's only the monthly. So I just come in here maybe 2 or 3 times a month just to make sure everything is synced between both of these planners. There was actually an appointment that was missing from both, and I found it in the back of my passport insert. And so I'm filling that in now in both of them officially. And now they're both square, and I will put the passport back in my purse. And I actually never got around to decorating this March monthly in my Hobonichi Weeks. I still haven't done it. Today's like the 14th and it's just not a priority. Decor comes when I feel inspired to do it. So maybe in the next paper story, I will have some footage of me finally decorating the monthlies. I really love doing it, but I definitely don't want to force it. I just want to do it when I feel really inspired and relaxed and I have the time to do it. And because decor is not a priority, I can wait. I can wait till the end of the month and it will still be okay. So as you can see, I just gradually fill in the week as the week goes. I'm just putting in a birthday, and I actually didn't plan to have a purple theme, but once I did the banners on the right side of the page, it just stuck, and I found myself just picking varieties of purple. So glad The Mandalorian has finally come back on. They made us wait so long for this season. But my kids and I, it's like our tradition. We love watching the Star Wars shows together. It's specifically The Mandalorian. And I'm so glad we can finally do that again. There's not much that I feel good about watching with my kids, but The Mandalorian is just amazing for that. And we're really looking forward to the Ahsoka series. If they will ever release that, that would be great. So here I am checking off this one tracker. I'm actually tracking 2 things, but I'm not in here very often. I just mark it off whenever this thing happens. These little speech bubble cutouts, they were printable from Erin Ware on her Patreon. I will have that linked below. I just really adore her artwork, and I just really enjoyed being a part of her Patreon last year. Usually I pick somebody every year to become a patron of, but this year in 2023, because I'm just watching finances like a hawk, and I'm trying to get rid of as many expenses as possible. I didn't join anybody's Patreon for 2023, so I'm just choosing to use what I have. And I do have a lot of Erin's stuff, like the stuff that she mailed, and some of her printables still left over. So you'll probably see those throughout this whole thing. But this is sort of the last clip. It's Saturday, so I had 3 days during the week where I worked in this planner, and I'm basically, because it's Saturday, I'm filling in all of the blank areas and just finishing out the week. So as you can see, I write things in and then immediately cross them off, so it's just sort of a little bit of back planning. I like to make sure that I'm writing when these things happen and when I accomplish them, and that might mean going in after the fact, writing it in, and then going ahead and crossing it out. But that's pretty satisfying to me, so I don't mind doing that. I did more decluttering in my kids' room, and so I was able to completely cross off every single thing that I was supposed to work on in their room. So their whole room is officially done, feels really great. I'm tackling the office next, and we have a ton of donations to get rid of now. I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to bringing you more of these videos in the future. Bye!